In this lesson, we'll migrate a sample Spring Boot application, the order management service, from Java 17 and Spring Boot 3.1.5 to Java 21 and Spring Boot 3.3 using OpenRewrite. We'll proceed step by step. We'll configure the Maven plugin, we'll preview the changes, review the patch file, and finally, we will apply the migration, and post that, we'll perform the validation. Before we proceed further, one quick note. This lesson is part of my course Java 21 Features Deep Dive. The course link, source code, and all related details I have added in the description. Now, let us continue. Now, this sample application is a Spring Boot REST API with a standard layered structure. We have controller, service, model, repository, and JPA persistence layer backed by an H2 in-memory database. Now, so this is the starting point, Java 17, Spring Boot 3.1.5. We will run OpenRewrite against this project and finally migrate this to Java 21. Now this project that we are going to work on is available in GitHub. Let me show you the URL. So this is the one, github.com/j2expert2015 order service Java 17. So first I'm going to clone it on my local system. You can do it directly from IntelliJ IDEA, or we can use tools like GitHub Desktop. As I'm going to show you the different file changes, that is why I'm using GitHub Desktop now. This is my GitHub Desktop. I'm logged in over there. Let me search my project, clicking on clone. I have provided a specific location, clicking this clone button. Now this is cloned into my local system. In your case, either you can use GitHub Desktop or you can use IntelliJ IDEA, or directly you can download this project in your local system. That is also possible. Now I'm going to point to this particular project from my IntelliJ IDEA. Click on select folder. It's reading the Maven project and it would download different dependencies. This is going to take a while. So let me pause the recording, and once the process is complete, I'll resume it. So if I expand this source folder, inside that I have main, and this is the standard structure having controller, model, repository, service. So the sample application is actually fully functional. When we proceed with the migration of this particular project with OpenRewrite, OpenRewrite will modify two files as the part of this migration. One is pom.xml, as it holds Java version properties and Spring Boot parent version, both of which need update, and order service stage Java, a test class. The reason being, this particular test class contains a collection access pattern that OpenRewrite recognizes as improvable under Java 21. Every other source file, whether it is controller, service, model, repository, has nothing that the migration recipes need to change. So they would be left completely untouched. OpenRewrite does not modify any files speculatively. It changes only what the migration rules identify as a need for change. So here inside my project, if I open pom.xml, this is one candidate, this Spring Boot starter version. These are the other ones, this Java version, Maven compiler source and target version. And inside my test folder, this particular test class is also another candidate. What is OpenRewrite? OpenRewrite is an automated code transformation tool created and maintained by Modern. It applies predefined recipes to upgrade and modernize your code base. It can be invoked via Maven, Gradle, or Modern CLI. In this lesson, we are going to use Maven plugin. So we mentioned recipe. That is a very important concept related to OpenRewrite. So we just mentioned about recipe. It's a very important concept. A recipe in OpenRewrite defines what to find in your code and how to transform it. Recipes are kind of composable. For example, upgrade to Java 21 is itself a recipe that internally orchestrates multiple smaller ones in a single command. Now, the important question: how does a recipe actually transform your code without breaking the formatting or introducing errors? That is where the concept of lossless semantic tree, or LST, comes in. OpenRewrite parses your source files into a lossless semantic tree, a type-aware in-memory model of your code. Recipes operate on this tree, not the raw text. When the operation is done, The modified tree is written back to disk with your original formatting, comments, and white space preserved exactly. This is what makes OpenRewrite safe for large-scale automated changes. So here, this pom.xml configuration that you see is where all of this gets wired up. The plugin declaration, the two recipes declared as active, and the two dependencies, rewrite migrate Java and rewrite Spring, they contain the actual recipe implementations. Now, let me show this inside my IDE. So the pom.xml is already opened. I'm scrolling down, maximizing this. So this is the build plugin section. I already have the Spring Boot Maven plugin. Under that, I have added this rewrite Maven plugin. And under configuration, I have this two active recipes, one for upgrade to Java 21, another for upgrade Spring Boot 3_3. Under that, we have these two dependencies, rewrite migrate Java and rewrite Spring. So here I'm showing the complete OpenRewrite plugin block that we just saw inside build, inside plugins, the rewrite Maven plugin. This is basically the execution engine. Now adding this unlocks three Maven commands: rewrite, discover, which can list the available recipes; rewrite dryRun to preview the changes before anything is written; and finally rewrite run to apply all these changes. But the plugin on its own does nothing. It needs to know what transformations to apply. That is what this active recipes block does. We declare two recipes here. First is this one, this upgrade to Java 21. It handles the Java side. It updates the three compiler version that we saw. Those properties are changed from 17 to 21. If present, it would also fix deprecated and removed APIs between Java 17 and 21, and it would also modernize the collection access by replacing list.get0 with list.getFirst. The next recipe, that is upgrade Spring Boot 3_3, it handles the Spring side. It upgrades the Spring Boot parent from 3.1.5 to this latest 3.3 release. If required, it would handle autoconfig removals and property renames and updates the managed dependency versions automatically. Now, recipes are not built into the plugin itself. They live in separate jars. So rewrite migrate Java, this dependency, its jars backs upgrade to Java 21. Similarly, rewrite Spring backs upgrade Spring Boot _3_3. Without those dependencies, that is, without these jars on the plugin class path, the active recipe declarations above would fail. The plugin would not know what upgrade to Java 21 actually means. So before running any migration, we verify the setup with Maven rewrite :discover command. If we run it on terminal, the output starts with a long list of available recipes, over 1,000. We do not need to go through the entire list of recipes, but this basically confirms that the recipe jars are getting resolved correctly from Maven Central. The total count of the available recipes would vary with newer plugin versions, so we don't need to bother about that. What matters here is the active recipes section. Only two appear: upgrade to Java 21 and upgrade Spring Boot _3_3, exactly what we declared in the pom.xml. This confirms that OpenRewrite has picked up our configuration and it will run precisely these two, nothing more. So the summary line here confirms it, configured with two active recipes. Now let me execute this command and show you the output. So I'm inside my IDE, copying my project location. Let me go inside my project from command line. If I go to my README file inside my IDE, I have all the commands listed. Or else what I can do in GitHub, the commands are listed over here also. Let me copy paste. So under this section, migrating to Java 21, if I scroll down, I have this Maven command, rewrite :discover. But before that, I should run Maven clean install so that all the dependencies are available. First time, it would take a while. So I'll pause the recording, and once it is complete, I'll resume. This run, build is successful, clearing the screen, copying the command, running discover. Here you can notice few things. These are the active recipes, the ones that we mentioned, and also this important line configured with two active recipes, and this build success tells us that the plugin is wired up correctly. Now, when we run this discover command, nothing has been modified at this point. It's a read-only command, safe to run as many times as needed. So what it does basically, it just shows what are the recipes available. The next step is dryRun. This Maven rewrite colon dryRun. It is a very important step before applying any changes. If we run this in terminal, the output basically shows the files that are flagged for changes. In our specific scenario, there would be two files. One is pom.xml with those version changes for Spring Boot parent and Java version, and the test class, which is order service test. So OpenRewrite creates a patch file inside target directory. It creates a rewrite folder, and inside that we have rewrite.patch. It contains the full difference. So we need to review it before proceeding with the migration. It tells you exactly what will be written to disk when you run this actual migration. If the patch looks correct, then we will proceed, and in the next step, we would run this Maven command. Now let me execute this particular dryRun command and show you the patch file. Before we move to the next part, one quick reminder. This particular lesson is part of my course Java 21 Features Deep Dive, which covers every major Java 21 features along with multiple hands-on Spring Boot demos wherever applicable. It covers features like sequence collection, pattern matching, virtual threads, structured concurrency, foreign function and memory API, vector API, generational ZGC, and many more. The course link, source code, and all related details I have added in the description. Now, let us continue. Clearing the screen, going to browser. Just below discover, I have this dryRun command. Copied it. Running dryRun. So here you can see it was running the recipes and it is providing the details over here. These recipes would make changes to pom.xml. This recipes would make changes to this order service test.java, and here is this patch file available in this particular location. And once we verify this, we can run this Maven rewrite run command to apply the recipes. If I go to my ID and expand this target folder, we can see this rewrite folder is created, and inside that we have this rewrite.patch file. I'm going to this location and opening this with Notepad++. This is my target directory. Rewrite.patch, edit with Notepad++. So here it clearly states the changes that it is going to make. Inside pom.xml, this was the earlier line and this is the new line. Inside pom.xml, we are going to have 3.3.13 instead of 3.1.5. These are the changes for this Java version, Maven compiler source and target version. And if I scroll down, this is the change for order service test.java. So here it was using get0. It is getting replaced with get first, which is a part of Java sequence collection available from Java 21. This patch looks correct. So we are proceeding with this patch. Next, we'll run this rewrite run command. Maven rewrite run actually applies the changes. The output in this case mirrors what the dryRun has predicted. Two files would be modified, nothing more. So here the pom.xml would have 4 updates: Spring Boot parent version change, that is 1, and 3 compiler properties, order service test, 1 change, and every other source file would remain untouched. OpenRewrite changes only what needs changing and nothing else. Now, when we execute this command, Maven rewrite run, at this point, the change files are written back to the disk. Let me show you the execution of this command in my system. Clearing screen. Here is the command to apply the migration. Maven rewrite run getting executed. It's using the active recipes, the two that we mentioned, parsing source files. Now it has run the recipes and you can see the output is almost similar to the dryRun command. Changes have been made to pom.xml. Changes have been made to this order service test.java. So we need to review the changes that are made before we perform the commit. We can run commands like git diff. Now let me run this command in my system and show you the difference that has been actually made. before running the git command, as I'm using GitHub desktop, from the UI, we can easily verify what are the exact changes. You can see under changes, we have two files, pom.xml is selected. Here we can see the changes, what lines are changed over here for the Spring Boot section, and this is for the Java section. If I click on this order service test, this is the line that actually got changed. And in case we are not using any tools like GitHub desktop, we can run git diff as well. Let me do that. Let me open a new tab. I have git installed in my system. So selecting this git bash, we can start. I need to navigate to my project directory. Copying the path. Running git diff. So here also you can view the differences and you can understand what exact changes that have been made by OpenRewrite here. Now, just to make sure that the tests are not broken, we can execute Maven clean install. We can also check whether the build is targeting Java 21 in this case. So back to command line, clear screen, Maven clean install. The unit tests are running now. All 8 has passed. Build is successful. So two probable issues are worth noting about. If you see invalid target release 21, there is a high probability your Java home is pointing to an older JDK. Make sure you update it to point to JDK 21 in this case. And in certain scenarios, there could be runtime failures from third-party libraries. Although in most of the cases, Spring Boot 3.3 manages most of the dependency versions automatically. So for this demo, the build passes, all tests are green. Our order management service is now running on Java 21 and the targeted Spring Boot version 3.3.13. So before we close, let us be precise about what OpenWrite actually did in this lesson and what it did not. So what it handles, compiler version properties, Spring Boot parent upgrade from 3.1.5 to 3.3.13, if applicable, deprecated API fixes, and collection access modernization, what we saw in the test class. All of that without touching your business logic. Now, what it does not handle, for example, pattern matching for switch, records, virtual threads, seal interfaces, none of these were applied. Now, these are all Java 21 features, but they require deliberate design decisions. OpenRewrite does not make those decisions for you, and it should not. So the value is clear. Your application now compiles and runs on Java 21. The new features are available to you. Adopting them is your next step at your own pace. Another key point, always dry run before applying. This dry run generates a patch file before anything is written to the disk. Ideally, you should review it. You should know exactly what will change before running rewrite run command. And importantly, only what needs changing that gets changed. In this project, 5 lines across 2 files got changed. So open rewrite is kind of surgical. It's not a blunt instrument. And finally, validate thoroughly before you ship. Run integration tests, mock tests. You test the running application end to end. Migration is complete only when the application behaves identically on my target language or framework version. In this case, Java 21. If you found this lesson useful, please like the video and subscribe to support the channel. This lesson is part of my full course, Java 21 Features Deep Dive. In the course, we go hands-on with the Java 21 features that matter most, including sequence collection, pattern matching, virtual threads, generational ZGC, foreign function and memory API, vector API, KEM cryptography, and Java 21 migration using OpenRewrite. Here, many topics are also backed by practical Spring Boot demos, performance testing using Jmeter, and monitoring using Prometheus and Grafana. Course link, the source code, and all relevant details I have added in the description. And if this is the kind of teaching you like, I have multiple courses on various topics, and the full course catalog link I have added in the description. Thanks a lot for watching.